is Wale a legend? There was a conversation that was being had after this recent Wale and Kai Cenat swap.
What up, Rusky? You good? What you playing on your Nintendo Switch?
Smash.
Smash Bros? I'll beat you. Wale. Oh my God, that was somebody crazy. Hey, the whole chat knows him.
Wale.
Wale? What he do?
That shit making me look crazy right now, just let you know.
What?
I, without a doubt, believe Wale's a legend. I'm a huge Wale fan, and it's kind of flabbergasting to me that others within hip-hop don't believe he's a legend. But you know what it made me think about? It made me think about how old media is.
What about Rocky Marciano? Oh, there they go. There they go.
I believe the reason why this is even a conversation, and shout out to B. Dot for having it live and going on spaces on Twitter and talking about it.
You don't even have to be a Wale fan to just say, okay, yo, look at the resume. Is he a legend? For sure. And
it shows how outdated and old the talking heads are in hip hop media.
You're gonna kill me. I'm 40 years old, right? And I can't get into Wale, bro. I just can never get into him.
I honestly think the blog era is seriously underrated. And this whole conversation of is Wale a legend proves to me and shows me how underrated and how underappreciated the blog era is.
J. Cole's middle child whole like mindset and the record that he had talking about that is pretty spot on, because it's like they don't want to compare you to the greats of the golden era, but they also like, you know, you're not necessarily relevant or whatever to an extent to the current generation, so you're stuck in the middle. And Wale to me is the perfect definition of that.
First thing first, Attention Deficit by Wale came out in 2009. For him to be around since 2009, one of the most treacherous eras ever. The blog era, the whole freshman XXL cover era was hard.
If Wale came up during the TikTok, like when all those records were hot, the dude would have been even bigger. I think the issue with a lot of those records were they were the middle to tail end of the blog era, where people still had to go seeking it. It wasn't in your algorithms weren't even really a thing then. You know, social media was really young.
The fact that he was able to come out of that era and still be relevant in 2025 is legendary status. To me, the NBA and hip hop are very similar with each other because everybody want to rap.
Please listen to my mixtape. Please listen to my mixtape.
Everybody want to play basketball. There's so many good basketball players out there that they were never going to see. Same thing with most professional sports. There's so many good people out there that don't make it to the league. Same thing with hip hop. There's so many people out there that never make it to the league, that never get signed, that never make it past their front yard or make it past their town or their city limits. For somebody to know you after 17 plus years, 20 plus years, have a 20 plus year career, still be successful, still be charting, still be a topic of conversation, of course Wale is legendary status.
Rapper having a 16-year career of like relevance, that's unheard of. That didn't happen in 1997. A person with a 16-year career, that didn't happen.
I personally believe Wale has a 3-album run that people don't talk about. The Gifted, the album About Nothing, Shine. I think that was an amazing, incredible album run. Personally, I think that Wale has good Kid Mad City level quality work within the album About Nothing. I think having Seinfeld narrate this album and it work organically and it just makes sense with the mixtape About Nothing. Wale has one of the best series with the album About Nothing, mixtape About Nothing, More About Nothing. He has some of the best R&B records of his generation. Who was on the radio, urban radio, more than Wale?
Diced Pineapples, the Matrimony.
People getting married
Benz.
to the Matrimony, man. Come on.
Come on, man. Like, if you don't like the nigga, cool, but you can't sleep on the resume. I hate watching Giannis play. Giannis trash as fuck to me. I feel the way you feel about Wale, I feel about Giannis. Nigga still got a championship, still got a finals MVP.
Comparing Giannis to Wale is nuts, brother, respectfully.
I get where he's come from. As bad a great record, is it a big record? Yes, it's a big record. That's without taste or preference. It is what it is. Like Wale has moments in his career where it's like you have to give it up.
I will admit to this. Wale does seem to have some anxiety issues. He has some social issues. As you know, I've felt that in my life, so I understand how that is. And maybe that's what stifled him a little bit. You know, blowing up on Complex is famous. I've talked about this in prior videos. But Wale definitely has the skills to pay the bills. His most recent single, Where to Start, I really like this Where to Start thing. I'm a huge Wale fan. I want to see Wale win. But I think a lot of the issues with the Wales, with the Big Seans, is that people sleep on the blog era so much. I feel as though what Drake was doing was so monumental. People just slept on what Big Crit had to offer, slept on what Wale and what the mid-tier had to offer.
I don't got him over Drake. I don't think I like Drake over Wale.
I don't think he's, again, everyone's not Jordan. Everybody's not Tom Brady. Everyone isn't going to have the same level of credentials, have the same resume as the next man. But look at who's in the Hall of Fame in basketball or even in the NFL. Tom Brady got what? And he's not in the Hall yet, but he got what, 6 rings? Some niggas just have 1.
Mid-tier was kind of killed off during the blog era. We kind of saw that wash away slowly but surely, and it was either megastar or bust. And I feel as though Wale, as though he may not be on the Drake Kendrick level, I feel as though his art and his music is on that level. And that's the reason why my last video I said I don't like MF Doom, because he didn't have anything for me. He didn't have a moment in my life. It was kind of like other people were telling me about these amazing moments. Man, you should go check this out. And it just never fit within my life. Wale was one of those people that his moments of what he was going through, what I was going through, made sense for me. So even though people may not agree, I think Wale, the reason why he's not seen as a legend is not anything that he did wrong. I think it was just the media. The media is still old. I have a big problem with the media in hip-hop. For hip-hop to be a young man's sport, and for hip-hop to be a young man's game, which, you know, I don't believe in that, it's still very old when it comes to our media and our representation at the highest level of media. The blog era isn't talked about enough because a lot of the people who were in the main positions to talk about the blog era were worried more so about Fat Joe, were worried so more about Joe Budden. It was worried more so about that class right before them in the late 90s, early 2000s, instead of worrying about that class that was coming up in the 09s, 2010s, and beyond.
Yeah. Like Joe Budden music and bars meant more to me than fucking Wale, man. Like, let's just keep it tall. By far. Wale ain't fucking seeing no Joe Budden, man. Like, stop it. No, he's not.
It just missed it. And that's the reason why people don't think Wale's a legend. Watching what he did with MMG, right? It's crazy. Out of all the people in MMG, I think Wale had the best transition out of MMG in that whole lifestyle. I feel as though Meek has been trying to figure it out for a long time, even though I do think Meek and Wale are very similar to where they're at in their careers right now, where I feel as though they're just one hit, one moment away, and they can be back where they once were. Wale handled that situation the best. He had so much to lose because he was like the oddball out. But Styly's not around anymore. Gunplay is not around anymore. Omarion ain't did no music since really then. So I really look at the way Wale has been able to transition his career, being a, you know, doing more female friendly records, doing more women records, right? Doing more R&B, still being very intricate and still being very deep and not really being surface level. I really do appreciate what Wale has had to offer to hip hop. If I'm 30 plus right now and I'm just now starting to like get a platform, you know, I look at the landscape right now, like all the 30 pluses, we're just now starting to get a platform. We're just now starting to pop up in the algorithms. But if you look at it, man, a lot of these dudes are 40, late 30s, 40s, or they really young Kai Cenat. So there's no real middle level that can really tell you what was going on in the blog era, but could still tell you what was going on in the early 90s, early 2000s, right? Like, that's why I feel as though my generations, the people that were born in the 90s, 90 to 99, I give it to you. The moment you born January 1st, 2000, you different. But from 90 to 99, I feel as though we were in a unique time and a unique era because we saw everything transition. We remember life outside before the internet. We remember life outside with the internet, growing up with it, but it not being the everything. Internet just started to become the everything when I was getting out of high school. We grew up in that special era to where we saw the transition of this to that. And I feel as though now that we're starting to get a platform, you're starting to see these conversations kind of like they're starting to happen, and they like, the older was like, what y'all talking about? Well, you're not better than us. You know what I'm talking about? You're not better than this.
He ain't Banks or one of them niggas. He wasn't like that. He wasn't like them niggas. Like Pappas or what? He wasn't.
Yo, what we talking
Come
about?
on, man. You wildin', bro.
It's been a very long time since I watched Joe Budden, but I watched recently Joe Budden video with Wale, the interview.
I mean, Shabuzi from the DMV.
Is
but
he?
doing,
Really?
He do a whole different
you would
thing.
not
Boy,
think that.
Shabuzi
I thought it was from Alabama
Nashville.
or something, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, like, I wish he knew what I saw and how I felt and how a lot of the people that I see feel about him, because I've always said Wale has always put out high quality music, and his R&B records honestly hit way more than Aubrey, and that's just me personally. I feel as though R&B record wise, the ones that Wale has done, both him and Jeremiah, him and Usher, all of the songs that Wale has come out with R&B wise, he's at a very high level personally. To have the best verse on No Hands when everybody killed it, that's a diamond record.
He's part also of a diamond. I mean, sales don't matter like that, but he's part of a legendary diamond record with No Hands. You know, like that has to, like, this don't count. This don't matter.
Not for me, but okay. I mean,
Wale is definitely a legend, and I think that the more Wale releases just music, Where to Start, the Blanco, I really like where I'm seeing this Where to Start, this 90s thing that he got right now. I'm really liking it. So shout out to you, Wale. I appreciate you. A lot of the conversations that I'm seeing that I'm like, ugh. A lot of the Elliott's a little old, man. Even my man Rob a little old. Wayno, these guys are old. They in their 40. Gilly is 48. Wallow is 48. 45. They in their 40s and up. Love them. Shout out to them. But they just a little bit that way. Time for that 30, that 25 to 35 crowd right now to really take the forefront of these conversations so they could level out a little bit. But that's just my personal opinion. Do y'all think Wale a legend? Am I tripping? Dude, the blog era get a little shitted on because it's the blog era. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop this hot fire for you. Yeah, man, we doing amazing things over here, man. Hit this Cash App link if you want to support the channel. Anything is appreciated. $1, $2, $3, anything is appreciated. The best way to support this channel is to join to be a member. Link is in the description or the join button. If you see that as an option available to you, click that. That'll take you over to become a part of the Good Readers Club, where you get exclusive perks, exclusive content, and all different types of stuff like that. Join the family. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the love, man. It's time, man. It's time for a new face in media, man. I'm hoping to, continue to be one of those faces to where, I'm not giving you no old ass outdated opinion. Read my soul. Out. Peace.